So Dustborn director refuses to admit this game was a failure, rejects criticism regarding story's writing. We don't feel like we made a game that's primarily about politics, so yeah, Dustborn is this game that they released this year. Absolutely zero people bought the game. Zero people bought the game. Zero people bought the game. And absolutely, it's just wow. Okay. And basically, Dustborn said the ultimate. Yeah, no one bought this, game. So the regime's forces went to the ideas of politics and entertainment, capturing someone as a general comic mechanic. Would you consider this game as an explicitly political one? And yeah, this game is an absolute failure. The peak amount of people playing the game at once was like 60. Okay, 60. Okay, I'm not making that a joke. The peak amount of people playing the game at once was 60. Okay, they refused to admit this game was a failure, but the peak amount of people playing Dustborn was 60. Okay, yeah. Also, they whine about how the game, if you hate the game, it's hate speech, harassment, and threats. Oh yes, if you don't like the game, it's hate speech. That's what they actually tried to push. They actually tried to get people banned for not liking the acolyte calling it hate speech, which didn't work. Okay, it didn't work obviously, but yeah, but basically the game was posting a woke agenda and completely caught us off guard. And they said it was speak publicity could get made into warning. We can easily ignore. But the TV text message for someone wishes you dead is unsettling. Oh yes, it's the internet. People do that. I wish these developers would realize, like, these people wouldn't survive a day on 4chan. These people wouldn't survive a day on, heck, even Twitter now, because if you have a different opinion than you, people are going to send death threats to you. And I get it. People don't. It's not a good thing to do, but it is just the way the internet works. You can't change the way people are. Okay, and they always talk about who's gonna stop using the internet or the social media because one person doesn't like me. It's called you remove the comment or block them. It's gonna be that difficult instead of leaving the internet. Okay. Yeah, but absolutely, like, this game, it feels so worn out towards the attacks and conspiracies. It takes its toll. Oh yes, people making negative videos about Dustborn as attacks and conspiracy theories. Oh yes. If you don't like Dustborn, we use people not liking our games. Appreciate argue reviews, even if they're negative. The difference here is the negative feedback of people who never played the game and never will. Because 99% of people I never played the game. I probably never will because there was no point in wasting money on Dustborn. Okay, a game that is, the woke's wet dream. The woke finally got their game, and no one bought it because the so-called modern audience they love to talk about doesn't exist. Okay, 95% of people who play video games are not going to play this game. Only the 5% who want wokeness in video games. Well, I bet there's probably, okay, let's screw like 2% because there are probably people who didn't misclick. So probably around 3% of people who play video games. Okay, out of the millions of people who play video games, those are the people who actually like it. So probably gaming journalists, basically is Dustborn's target audience. Okay, same thing with music critics. When your target audience is the movie critics, your movie is not going to sell too well. Okay, you have to make sure your movie appeals towards everyone. You have to make sure the movie appeals towards millions of people. Same thing with the game. If you want a successful game or successful game franchise, you have to make sure you appeal your game or movie or book or whatever, TV show, to the fans, to the people who are going to actually buy it, not to the game critics, not to the journalists, not to the the Metascore. Okay, this is why you never pander towards the critics. But time and time again, the movie industry, the gaming industry, TV industry. I think it's part of the same as the movie industry, but you know, the book industry or whatever. Heck, even the sports industry. There's just so many products that are geared and put towards the critics. Like, why? Okay, instead of the fans, we gotta get the critic score as high as possible. But who cares about the user score? The score that actually matters. People don't like Dustborn, or who cares? Okay, but this game is an absolute failure. No one bought it. Okay, saying that companies are lazy or stop making. Well, of course, if Dustborn is such a big failure, maybe you should stop making games, because Dustborn is one of the biggest failures of the year. Okay, and I'm not saying something because they had games like Suicide Squad release, you had Concord release, you had Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, not Fallen Order, Star Wars, that new Star Wars game that was a massive failure, not Fallen Order, that's a different game. Star Wars Outlaws, yes, that one. Dragon Age Inquisition, that's 2014 Dragon Quest game. New Dragon Quest game, I forgot what it was called, Valley God or something, no one bought that either, okay? There has been so many failed games this year. And Dustborn is amongst the biggest failures of all time. And they can just make excuses for Dustborn all they want. The game speaks for itself. It was actually supposed to be satire. Blah, 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 but this game's like, no one bought Dustborn. No one played it. Okay? No one played this game. Okay? This game is one of the biggest failures of all time. Okay? One of the biggest failures of all time. Okay? They can make whatever excuses for this game all they want, but no one bought this game. No one played it. No one cared about this game. Black hung Mario, Elden Ring won't stop existing once we release Dustborn. The Wolf these games or anything for these. Even though, Black Myth Wukong, the game that had 1 million players, appealed towards a limited audience. Oh yes, and Mario. Oh yeah, Mario games, they sell tens of millions of copies every new game. Limited audience. Elden Ring had like 500,000 players on its first day. Limited audience. Oh yeah, Dustborn. Dustborn. 60 people. That's the audience we're looking for. Okay, 60 people. Okay, and yeah, this game is an absolute failure. And goodbye.